Hello, good morning and welcome to the United Stand. It's your latest transfer daily. We're going to be talking about Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial, the team for the Munich trip. Remember, we've got a watch along for you tonight, and Flex is out in Munich for the United Stand, doing fan cams and basically gauging the mood amongst Manchester United fans. How are United fans feeling? But let's start off with the Pogba transfer worry. Paul Pogba is apparently going to Barcelona. We've heard this from the hashtag Top Reds, the in the nose, that there's an 80% chance that he's gonna go to Barcelona. Apparently, I mean, I think it's immoral. I think it's irresponsible, and I think it's wrong that people are driving this transfer story that's just not going to happen. Yuppo's just said no way, and Joshua says something a little bit stronger. It's absolute nonsense. I've been saying it for weeks, so I'd be an absolute hypocrite if I said I'm really worried about him going. I know some people have, and I think it's something that's been trundling on all summer. But the reality is, let's just shut this down now. If Manchester United sold Paul Pogba with 4 days to go left in the transfer window, then we would absolutely be in a situation where United fans would be ripping up their season tickets, going absolutely mad. And Manchester United might be many things, and I do think they get a lot of things wrong, but I don't think that they're a club that would ever do something stupid like sell Paul Pogba in a situation where there's no chance of us being able to replace him. So Paul Pogba's not going to go anywhere. The Barcelona, Juventus rumours, as I've said before, maybe Paul Pogba does want to leave Manchester United. Maybe he does want to leave Manchester United. I'm not for 1 minute saying that he doesn't, but it's not going to happen. We can't get the players that we need to get to go for the title. So what are the chances of us selling Paul Pogba right before the transfer window shuts? We couldn't replace him. I mean, Milinkovic-Savic is apparently going to Inter Milan, which is the only viable option I think out there to replace Paul Pogba would be Milinkovic-Savic. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't actually do that anyway. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do that, because I don't think that he really offers the right sort of player for Manchester United. I mean, Paul Pogba's just won a World Cup, so I don't want Pogba to go. He's not going to go. Let's kill that rumour dead straight away. With regards to what else? Anthony Martial being spoken about. I mean, Anthony Martial is not part of the Bayern Munich trip. He's not part of the squad. Now, a lot of people are taking that as bad news or a shock or drama. The reality is, Anthony Martial hasn't trained for a week. And I think he went back training on Thursday, so he's only been training for a couple of days. Now, you can spin that and say, well, that's the same situation with Jones and Rashford. I think there is a punishment for Martial, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't necessarily think Anthony Martial not being part of the squad means one thing or the other. So if you want him to stay or you want him to go, I don't think it gives a conclusive answer to that. I still, as I said last night, I don't think the club want to sell Anthony Martial, and I don't think that Mourinho wants to keep Martial. So that's going to resolve itself. I think he's not part of the Munich trip. One, because he's probably not match fit and it'd be a waste of time, and two, because I think there has been some element of a punishment there with Martial. Now, the interesting thing about Martial is that there's talk this morning of United wanting to do a swap deal with Willian, which is pathetic. If that ever happens, and I don't believe it to be true, but if that actually happened, it would be a bloody shambles and it would be pathetic. You do not swap Anthony Martial for Willian for any amount of money, and they'd have to give us, I think Willian, the quote is probably, well, I throw it to you lot, Willian plus 40 million for Martial. What do you think? What do you think about Willian for Martial, 40 million pounds? I still think, get out. Why would I sign a 30-year-old inconsistent player for a 22-year-old who is inconsistent but played every week, can be one of the better players in world football? It makes no sense. I mean, to Mourinho, I think it makes a lot of sense, because Jose Mourinho, realistically, and I'm going to be totally blunt about this, I do back Mourinho, but I've always been very, very, I suppose, harsh with the bad sides of Jose. I said it when we got him, very excited because he always wins titles and we need to win a title, but he doesn't back youth, he doesn't play great football, and it is all about Jose Mourinho. And I think Jose Mourinho, in relation to Manchester United and a Mourinho and a Martial for Willian swap, he would do it every day of the week, because he's not got the same principles as Manchester United fans who are like, we should be keeping hold of 22-year-olds who are, potentially world class, and we've bought in at a young age and we want them to do well. We should be keeping them. We shouldn't be signing people coming towards the end of their career who are 30 like Willian. Jose Mourinho won't care about the ethos of Manchester United. Jose Mourinho will be like, I never stay anywhere longer than 3 years anyway. Over the next 12 months, will I get more out of Willian than I will Martial? Yes, I will. And I do agree with that. You know, taking away our love for Manchester United, if you're Jose Mourinho and he knows that Willian is going to do everything he wants to do because he's used him before, and he's going to get the best out of him in the next 12 months, if he feels he can get more from Willian than he can from Martial, Jose Mourinho's short term. He's a short-term manager and he will do that. So yeah, it's that is the concern. I think some United fans think like that, but I think most Manchester United fans are like me and think, I don't really care about the next 12 months. I do, but United should be always looking beyond 12 months. We're not Chelsea, we're not even Manchester City, we're Manchester United. And I look back through our history, and I look back through the history that I've actually witnessed, and that summer where Sir Alex Ferguson got rid of Hughes and Kanchelskis and Ince, and he went with the class of 92, and everyone said you can't win it with kids. Well, we won it with kids anyway, but I don't think Sir Alex Ferguson was necessarily thinking about winning the league that year. I think he was confident he could, surrounded by brilliant leaders like Schmeichel and Keane and Cantona, obviously, but he was looking at the long term, and that's what Manchester United's always been about. So, and we should still be about that. I think the problem with United over the last 6 years, since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, has been this Woodward doesn't really know what United's all about, and he's chucked money at the problem, and we're in this ever decreasing circle really of short-termism. Yes, we've got money, and yes, we do spend money, but we tend to spend a lot of money when there is no when we're not in the top four. And if you think about what happened with Manchester United, Premier League champions, Sir Alex Ferguson retires, David Moyes takes over outside of the top four. Van Gaal comes in, we spend a lot of money, we get in the top four. Second season under Van Gaal, doesn't get top four, gets sacked. Mourinho comes in, spend a lot of money. First season, wins Europa League, gets top four. Second season, gets top four, doesn't get as much money. Third season, maybe not top four, Mourinho gets sacked, spend a lot of money, bring a new manager in. We don't want that cycle. That's one of the big things I've never said before, is I don't want that cycle. I don't want to not finish in the top four. What I would like to happen this season is we either win the league or hopefully we come in the top four again and Mourinho gets the sack, because I feel that after 3 years he should have won the title. So I'm firmly behind Mourinho at the moment, but I don't want to go through that cycle of him having to get the sack because we don't get top four. I personally think win the league this year, or if you get second or third or fourth, don't get rid of him, move on and get somebody else in. I'd like to see a new manager coming in with us in the top four. I mean, Mourinho didn't get top four when he came in, and Van Gaal didn't either, so it's a cycle. But as I said, there's a few people joining a little bit later. Paul Pogba, just do not listen to that absolute nonsense that he's going to leave Manchester United. I mean, I think the papers are struggling, aren't they? I think the British press are struggling in general. Nobody's doing any transfer business. Man City haven't. Arsenal are just buying, you know, not rubbish really. Liverpool have sort of done their business. Spurs and Chelsea aren't doing anything. So what do? You go for the default, and you go at Manchester United and Paul Pogba. I mean, let me just throw this situation to you. We sell Paul Pogba on, well, you know, tomorrow morning. We go, yeah, we're selling Paul Pogba. I mean, let me just say that though. If we sold Pogba, he's not going to stay in the Premier League. He could still be sold in August. You know, it's the same as Anthony Martial. You can sell Pogba and Martial in August. That's fine, because the transfer window in Italy and Spain doesn't close till the end of August. But realistically, the sale of Pogba would have to happen this week, because or we'd have to be bringing a replacement in this week, because we can't sell Pogba and not replace him with somebody. So it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Pogba's going to be at Manchester United next season. Maybe it'll be his last season, but I just find it idiotic, because I know, doing the United standing, you know the community as well, people will cling on to these transfer stories even when they're nonsense, and there is a lot of nonsense been spoken about Pogba. Oh, he's going to leave Manchester United, but nobody actually thinks it through. How is he going to leave Manchester United when we have him under a good contract? How is he going to leave Manchester United when we'd want 150 million? Who's going to pay that? And how is he going to leave Manchester United when we've only got 4 days left of the transfer window? And we're struggling, you know, we're trying to sell Rojo, Darmian and get a couple of players in. That's 4 deals in 4 days. Oh, and we're going to sell and replace Pogba as well. Never going to happen. Totally about trying to sell papers. And I agree with Brendan. How long are you on holiday, Mark? And I hope you're enjoying yourself. Yes, I am. Prince, R9. I'm back Wednesday. So back for the last couple of days of the transfer window in the studio. Got some brilliant things planned for you, actually. But yeah, I'm here till pretty much Tuesday night really. So you're going to get a few more off me. We are doing a watch along tonight, so make sure that you are tuned in for the United stand. There will be a watch along tonight for the Bayern Munich game. Looking forward to that. And obviously, like I said at the start, Flex is out here, not in Munich, in Mallorca. He's in Munich. So if you are going down the game, keep an eye out for Flex. He will be interviewing people, and basically, obviously pre-season, we'll ask you about Bayern Munich game, but more importantly, we want to speak to as many fans as possible about their thoughts on the summer, their thoughts on the season ahead. So yeah, Flex will be there, there'll be fan cams going up. So the season's, you know what, as bad as it's been, and it has been a shambles, the transfer window, I've got to be honest, I'm very, very excited that on Friday night we've got our first Premier League game and we're playing for points. So the transfer window, One Love MUFC, closes at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So yep, join us for that. There's going to be some business over the next next 4 days, obviously. I think we know Rojo will go to Everton. Hopefully Darmian will go. I think if Martial goes, he'll probably go abroad, so that might not happen this week. And I think we'll sign 2 players. I think we'll sign a centre-back and a right midfielder. That's what I think we'll do. I've always felt that. How close do I think the Toby Alderweireld signing is, says Mezu88. I'll tell you how close I think it is, mate. I'll tell you how close I know it is. It's not done. The Alderweireld deal is not done, and I always said it will probably get done on the final day, because this is what happens when you deal with Tottenham Hotspur and Daniel Levy. You can like them, loathe them or whatever, but when it comes to transfer activity, they are very, very good. And there is all these accounts, again, it's the same ones who talk about Pogba leaving. They're just doing it because they want retweets and clicks. And obviously we tweet stuff out, and I think we tweeted out about Pogba, but if you click the link, in the first minute I'm telling you it's nonsense, because we're a fan opinion channel, and we're not about, you know, scaring you about, oh yeah, Alderweireld's going to happen in the next 48 hours. Pogba could leave this week. I'm not going to do that, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to discuss it. You're here to put your comments in. But with Alderweireld, I do think it is a good chance of it happening, but I would not be listening to done deals in the next 48 hours, this, that and the other. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Spurs might want to do it sooner because they've got to do their own business, but I personally have always felt that Alderweireld will be done Wednesday or Thursday if it's going to be done. And I think a lot of people are trying to just jump on it and say, oh, I've known about it, I've been told this, I've been told that. I can guarantee you there is no deal done between Manchester United and Spurs at this moment in time. Doesn't mean there won't be done one. There we go. Do you think Willian will sign for us? Let's see if you read this one out, says Mario. I think Willian's going to stay at Chelsea, but never say never. Do you think we can sign Perisic after his recent comments, says Wazif? I tell you what, I'd be ecstatic if we got Perisic. I've spoken about him on the last couple of shows. Ian Ryan says, why are the clubs allowing these crazy rumours about Pogba? Well, you know what, Ian, I actually agree with you on that one. I don't, for the life of me, understand why Paul Pogba can't just come out and say staying at Manchester United. And I think the reason for that is we get a lot of rumours about Mino Raiola offering him out all there and everywhere. And I do think that Pogba and Mourinho don't get on. And I do think that Paul Pogba might want to leave Manchester United, but the club aren't going to sell him. That's the big thing here. I'm not blowing wind up your backside to say Pogba's ecstatic at Manchester United, he doesn't want to go anywhere. That might well be the case, but he certainly doesn't come out and say that. But the case is, Paul Pogba's not going to be sold because Manchester United don't have to sell him and won't sell him. That's why he's not going anywhere. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, we've got the watch along tonight. We've got fan cams tonight. We've got match reactions for you tonight. So keep your eye on the United stand. Subscribe if you're new. Please do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying these sort of vlog style videos I'm doing for you. Obviously, if we get any concrete transfer news, we'll go live again today, but we will be live for the watch along, which I believe is a 7 o'clock UK kickoff, so it'll be 6 o'clock we're live tonight. I'll open that stream up for you later on this afternoon. We'll see you for that. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and get involved in the comments below, because you might have opinions on Martial. Do you think he's finished now? Pogba, do you think there is a chance he's going to go? And would you do Willian for Martial? Put your comments in below. Speak to you later.